guys, welcome back aboard our 2005 44-foot Antares/PDQ hurricane damaged catamaran. In last week's video we removed all of the leaky hatches up here on deck and covered up the openings with some plywood. We also installed this glorious mini split to be able to cool down and dry out the inside of the boat. This week the goal is to replace this ladder of doom with some stairs that should be easier and safer to walk up, and we also want to get the keels dried out and get the boat and our mobile tool trailer all nice and organized. My plan is for us to be fully set up here in the yard after this week so that we're ready to actually start the actual boat work. This morning we loaded up the trusty old CRV with a bunch of 2x12s from Home Depot. Last night I kind of looked at some online calculators for building stairs, but I don't think any of those are going to work for us because we don't have that much room. So we might just hashtag wing it.
When we got here this morning, I asked Matt, I said, do you have like some plans? Or did you, like, is there a website that we're following that I can review about the guy? And he said, nope, we're just gonna wing it. And now I'm worried that you're sick or something.
No, not everything in life can have a rigid plan. We'll just wing it. We have 4 of these 2x12s and they're about 12 foot long. They were in the stairs section of the lumberyard, so hopefully...
we know we're in the right direction.
Hopefully they'll turn into stairs. My plan is to have the stairs kind of be resting on these little notches up here. I don't know if it'll work out, but that's the plan for now. Right now this is at about 40 degrees, but we don't have room for the fence back here, so we're gonna have to make it steeper. This is closer to 45 degrees, and with that, we do have some room between the steps and the fence. Employing our combined brain power, much mulling over was done. In the end, we settled on a run of 9 inches and a rise of 8.5 inches. That should, in theory, put us flush with the sugar scoop. We marked up our first stringer and set to work with Mr. Circular Saw and Mr. Jigsaw. After the first stringer was finished, we did a quick little test to verify our somewhat doubtful math from earlier. We traced the outline of the first stringer onto the second stringer and yet again got busy sawing. Seeing both stringers in place made me quite optimistic that we were indeed on the right track. I made sure to measure the distance between the 2 stringers to make sure the stairs will fit on the sugar scoop. With the help of Ava, cutting these steps or threads was a breeze. I decided to do the first bit of the assembly work on the work table to make sure everything was nice and square. With 3 threads in place, we flipped the stairs over and added a cross brace to the back to make our contraption a little bit more rigid. We decided to move these stairs in place before adding the rest of the threads to not have them be too heavy to lift into place. This thing is looking not too shabby if I do say so myself, and adding the remaining threads while climbing up the already installed ones was actually kind of fun. The last little thing we need to do is to put some kind of nun-skid on the steps because we don't want to fall down. And speaking of falling down, here is Ava demonstrating how to get down.
Matt says we don't need a handrail, but I'm terrified to go down these right now. I'm gonna try it. Should I?
Well, it's poop or get off the pot, lovey.
But like, it's weird not having anything to hold on to.
No. That's just your mind playing tricks.
I can't do it. I cannot move forward.
What are you, chicken?
I literally cannot do it. Like, I have to do this. Okay.
Okay, you got it.
Oh my God.
Oh, Jesus.
We need a handrail.
No. So this is going up just so we can demonstrate why my lovely wife was a little bit nervous. They do look a little bit steep, but you get used to it.
Okay.
To compensate for the lack of something to grab onto, we are taking another important safety step. I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but that says OSHA Safety Yellow. Safety color.
Yeah, the color of the stairs is really gonna come in handy when I'm tumbling down the steps from no guardrail or handrail.
Look at that yellow. If that doesn't scream safety, I don't know what does. It'll look nice tumbling down, Ava. Being serious just for a second here, this is some kind of non-slip paint that's got some kind of granulates in it to make the steps not be slippery, so it should help us not fall down. Yesterday we got 2 coats of the delightfully yellow safety yellow applied to the stairs, and to not be accused of wife mistreatment, this morning we picked up a little bit more lumber to make some kind of handrail. This is definitely nice and grippy, and just looking at this color, I already feel safer. The plan for today is I will build the handrail thing and also get the water out of the keels. While I do that, Ava's going to be organizing the mobile workshop so we get all of the tools into one place. And without further ado, the grand initial test of the lovingly nicknamed Princess Handrail.
It looks beautiful. It looks beautiful.
That is nice and rounded over.
Yeah, I love it.
No shaking, no uncontrolled sweating. Awesome.
Beautiful, thank you.
Mwah.
Today, my task is to organize the tool trailer. We kind of just threw everything in there when we were done building it because we had to head off to the boat show, but I'm very excited to get everything in its place. I think it's going to be so nice once everything's organized. If we need something, we just know where it is. We can go grab it and hopefully put it back where it belongs. As you can see here, we have already collected quite a bit of stuff for the refit. Some of this did come off of Athena, but some of it we have purchased for the catamaran, but this is all going to get organized and find its place. We have this nice shelf here for organization. I think the plan is to just take everything out, get it where I want it to be, and then I think obviously we're going to have to get some storage bins to keep everything nice and organized over here. But then we got this nice husky box for all the hand tools. And then I think all the bigger tools we'll put in these shelves down here. A big reason why we want everything organized so everything's just like easy to grab and go and get to work. So for instance, like I think it would be really cool on like one of these shelves to have an epoxying station, just to have like the measuring cups, gloves, rollers, everything that you need for epoxying so that you can just grab it and go. Luckily, Brian left these storage shelves, which are nice for like projects we're working on that day, just a place to put things. We'll put all the storage bins back under the table once those are organized. And then we have this baby back here. Oh, the glorious storage shed. And yes, that is an ice cream maker up there. And the plan for this guy will be all the paint and chemicals, so we don't have to worry about it spilling. They'll just have like a nice, secure spot. All right, enough yammering on. Time to get to organizing. See what kind of treasures we find. I have been dying to vacuum this trailer since we finished, because when we were done, Mads was like, oh, it's just fine. Just put everything in there. We don't need to vacuum it. Oh, this is a moment I have been dreaming about. Do not tell Mads this, but I actually really like this vacuum. We always had this big debate over which is better, the Dyson or his new Bosch vacuum, and I like it. It has a strap. It might be too bulky for Athena. That's why I like the Dyson, because it's just like so easy and convenient. But this baby, I don't know, might have to claim this one for my own. And listen, I know all of this cleaning is going to be in vain, because as soon as we start cutting stuff in here and like actually using it, it's going to be a mess. But you know, it just makes me feel better starting off on a good clean note. In the video where we built the tool trailer, we got a lot of suggestions saying to flip these shelves over so we could use this as like a ledge to hold whatever's on the shelf in place. And we did think of that when we installed the shelf, but if you can see here, there is a bar going through the center of the shelf, so that would actually like kind of impede what we wanted to store there and not really work out, unfortunately. I have everything in the tool trailer right now and as organized as it could be. I'm just gonna get some bins over here to sort everything out a little bit better. And then Mads is gonna be building shelving over here so we could put like sandpaper and like his drills and stuff up there. But I cannot believe all the stuff that was in those bins fit in the trailer. I mean, some of it is going in the chemical locker, but yeah, I think it's looking pretty good. We also made a little charging station in this cubby, which is going to be really nice. We got the amp base and we got all of the tool and battery chargers. So that is going to be so nice just to have everything in one place, grab the batteries and go. As long as everybody sticks to the system and puts everything back where it belongs. I don't know. I'm giving it 2 weeks. We'll see what this trailer looks like after that. We got Dave back sailing Santa, and we are going to attempt to move the trailer under the boat. That is very exciting, having the tool trailer under the catamaran now. But we can't let all this excitement stop us because I still have a job to do. I have to get this wheelbarrow of chemicals and paints into the chemical shed. Dave, who just helped us move the trailer, he's actually the one who gave me the ice cream maker. And don't worry, I have big plans for that.
The only thing we have left to do with the trailer is to take the weight of it off of the wheels. So we swung by Harbor Freight and picked up 4 of their spiffiest jack stands. Right now the trailer desperately needs one of those. If this trailer is a rockin', don't come a knockin'. As you can see, it's moving quite a bit, so it'll be nice to have it be a little bit more stable. If we lower the front, that should bring the butt up, and hopefully we can get the jack stands under that way. So far, so good. We might have to find something to shove under them. I have a feeling they're just going to get pushed into the dirt. After much up and down and trial and error, the 4 jack stands are in place. Almost all the weight should be off of the wheels, and the trailer feels a lot more steady. It is really awesome that the trailer is now under the catamaran, also because that means it's going to be out of the sun, which means it won't get blistering hot in there. So that's awesome. But let's head up and take a look at the keels. Over here in the starboard keel, as you might be able to see down there, there is tons of water. I am 99% sure all of that water there came from that leaking hatch, the one we patched up last week. Provided that is true, we should be ready to empty out the starboard keel and also the port keel, because this one also has quite a bit of water in there. On the starboard keel, you saw a big gaping hole in that, so that kind of explains why there's water inside of the keel over there. I also believe there's water inside of this keel, because I got high moisture readings the first time I went to see the boat. I think there are little screw holes in the false bottom in this keel that has let water in, but we won't really know until we get the water out. The reason we've closed up all of the leaky hatches, and also the reason I want to get the water out of both keels, is because the keels is one of the first things I'm going to start working on. There are hundreds of liters of water inside of these keels. We could empty them out by bucket or some kind of pump, or we could simply just get a little bit trigger happy with Mr. Drill. Seeing as how many other fiberglass repairs we have to make, this is not going to be a big deal. I would describe that as a healthy flow. The more interesting of the 2 keels is of course going to be the port one. I think there's water in here based on the moisture readings, but we won't know until we drill a hole. Yep, I would say that qualifies as water. And please note that I used my old, very well used epoxy encrusted drill for this business, not the new nice one. If my theory about the leak into the port keel is correct, meaning the leak coming in through old tiny screw holes from bilge pumps and stuff like that, then we should probably open up another hole. The starboard keel is draining nice and quick. You can see the little hole down there in the bottom. To help the keels dry out, we picked up a supposedly somewhat powerful fan from Harbor Freight. And on a small side note, the dump is next door, so this place often doesn't smell the best. But yeah, this bilge water doesn't really help matters. It's quite stinky. This thing is supposedly 1600 CFM. That should move quite a bit of air. The combination of this, the floor, the heat, and our air conditioning should get those keels dried out pretty quick. Oh, nice. And just in case you're curious, both keels are still draining. The port one is draining a little bit slower, but I think it's just because the flow is limited. By that, I mean, I think the keel was full to the brim, and that was why we saw water sitting on top of the keel. So yeah, it's gonna take a while. As you might be able to hear, we have the little fan going down there. Still have a bit of water left in the keel, but we'll leave the fan there overnight, and yeah, that should help a lot. The very first thing I want to do next week when the port keel is done draining is to build the boxes we're going to use for installing bilge pumps in. I think it's a really cool idea that I'm excited to show you guys. I also want to put in inspection ports in the keel so we can open them up and check at some point in the future if we think there's water in there. And yeah, we have a bunch of work to do on the keels. Hopefully they'll be dry enough next week that we can get started on that. So that's all good news. In the category of not so good news, Ava's heading off to work again. So yeah, she won't be around for quite a bit of time.
Yeah, and I wish I was here to help out with the boat work, but unfortunately, we need money to do the refit, so I'm off to work.
And on that delightful bit of a reality check, we'll end this week's video here. We hope to see all you guys back aboard the catamaran next week for yet more glorious DIY. As always, feel free to leave a comment down below. And don't forget, if you've enjoyed this video,
Please remember to leave a like.
see you. Pew.
And when I come back, it'll be all done.
No.